Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with the Adcocks, the mixed doubles pair who are aiming for the top in 2014. And we're in India to discover how the Badminton Association of India is trying to develop the game.
Personally, we've both got the same motivation, same drive. Lots in common. We're both very driven towards badminton and want to succeed. And obviously, she's a beautiful girl, so obviously everything like that. And it was just getting embarrassed now, but yeah, no, obviously it was. She suited me down to a T, touch wood.
A match made in heaven, one would say. Having known each other since their junior days, Chris Adcock and Gabrielle White tied the knot last year. And one of their wedding presents for themselves was their first Super Series title at the Hong Kong Open in November 2013.
They've done it! Their first ever title together. Mr. and Mrs. Adcock celebrate in style.
We caught up with the mixed doubles pair at their home in Milton Keynes, England. In between lunch and spending time with their Maltese, Bowser, the Adcocks spoke to us at length about their passion for the sport, their progress from the junior ranks, and their hopes for the future. But first we took them back to the 2013 BWF Hong Kong Open Super Series and the victory that earned them a career high of 5th in the world ranking.
The quarterfinals we had a Malaysian pair, which I think they were ranked, was it 6 or 5 at that point in the world. So that was we knew that was going to be a tough game. And yeah, we beat them in 2 straight sets. And then in the semi-final we had the Olympic champions, which we'd played a lot previously. We'd taken and pushed them to 3 quite a lot of the time. So we believed that we could beat this pair.
In the final as well, we were 15-20 down in the second set. And we came straight through and won it, so that just gave it the even better feeling. It was an amazing moment that I'm sure we'll both remember for the rest of our careers.
24-year-old Chris is from Leicester. He was introduced to badminton by his 2 older brothers and received his first racket from his grandfather. A year younger, Gabrielle, or Gabby, hails from Leeds. Her family also introduced her to the game.
My sister went to a club and I went along and watched her and just joined in really. I was a bit younger than my sister and the coach asked, do I want to join in? And I did, and I took a liking to it straight away, I think.
Both Chris and Gabby had to juggle school and badminton, but their devotion to the sport meant that the sacrifices didn't feel so bad. Gabby was the first to commit herself to the sport by going professional when she was 16, while Chris continued to shuttle between studying and badminton right up to his late teens.
You know, I went on and did my A-levels, but even that was quite hard. It was a struggle, I think, in the first year. I must have gone home to mum and dad and told them I want to quit and go badminton full time. Actually got some outside tutoring to try and help me, because the same as Gabby, I was away from school a lot of tournaments are during the week. Yeah, I'm very happy that my education is behind me now, as silly as that sounds, so I can just focus on the badminton.
By then, Chris and Gabby were already part of the junior setup at the England National Badminton Centre. Between them, they clinched 3 bronze medals in the 2007 Australian Youth Olympic Festival and numerous national titles, both in their doubles event and in the mixed. Their solid on-court partnership also earned them silver in the 2007 BWF World Junior Championships, the same year that marked their promotion to the senior ranks. Although they broke into the top 20 in the world rankings in 2010, Chris and Gabby's on-court pairing was separated by coaches a year later.
We found it tough as 2 junior players coming into seniors without having an older partner to kind of show us the way and guide us a little bit. So I think on the coach's side, I think that was the right decision, and we learned so much from each of them partners that we played with.
Chris and his new partner, Imogen Bankier, stormed to the runners-up spot in the 2011 BWF World Championships and took bronze in the European Badminton Championships in 2012. But later that year, Bankier left the England national setup, allowing the pair to reunite. The time spent with different mixed doubles partners proved to be a positive move for both Chris and Gabby, making them a stronger and more confident pair on court.
We got put together, I think, in November time, and we knew we had a good December block for training together and working the dynamics out. And the year we've had has been amazing. Obviously capped off by the Hong Kong win and getting to our both career high of 5 in the world ranking. It really, yeah, it's been a great year, and it all kicked off from being put together. So yeah, really happy.
The Adcocks are hoping 2014 will be their year. Having developed their relentless dynamic and aggressive style of play, they are hoping to topple some of the elite partnerships in international badminton.
On the first suit, I want to try and break into that top 4 in the world rankings, but do it by beating some of the top 4. I think there's also the European Championships in April, which is a massive goal for us. There's that, and then there's the World Championships and also the Commonwealth Games. So if we can come away from this year with 3 medals, I'll be very happy. But yeah, it's going to be a tough year, and we know there's going to be ups and downs, as any sport is. But yeah, it's an exciting time, and hopefully we can keep progressing.
Citing the pride growing up watching the Olympics, the pair have their eyes set on the Rio Games in 2016.
We really want to medal at Olympics, and preferably, like say, a gold medal would be perfect. And I genuinely believe that if we work hard and train 100% every day, I think that that's a definite goal that we can achieve.
Couples who work together stay together. That is certainly the case with this English pair. And having been through the tough regime of the youth ranks at a very young age, who better to advise the shuttlers of tomorrow than the Adcocks themselves?
I think the main one in any sport and anything that you want to enjoy and be successful is just literally enjoy it, have fun. I mean, yeah, it might be our job, and obviously there's always ups and downs being an athlete, but we still love the sport, we still enjoy it.
Give it a go, and if you enjoy it, then follow it on from there. And I love badminton and love competing in it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So it could be any youngster out there could do the same thing.
See you later.
Time to test your badminton knowledge. Name the player who clinched the 2013 Thailand Open Grand Prix gold title in the men's singles event. The answer after the break.
And from Thailand, Bunsak Ponsana.
Oh, that's magnificent. Oh, that's a great smash from Bunsak Ponsana.
I hope to drive the Ferrari, but it's not my first car. My first car is Honda Civic, yeah, 2002. My first holiday, I think, in the sea, Pattaya. I think I called to my mom and my dad. I think the broken neck, the pillow.
That is just beautifully controlled. Oh, what a final shot from Bunsak Ponsana.
When we get back, we head to Lucknow to find out how the Badminton Association of India is helping to boost the sport in the country. Before the break, we asked you to name the player who clinched the 2013 Thailand Open Grand Prix gold title in the men's singles event. The answer is Kidambi Srikanth from India. The 21-year-old lifted his maiden men's singles trophy with a stunning straight-game triumph over top seed and local favourite Bunsak Ponsana. He beat the then world number 8 Ponsana 21-16, 21-12 in a 34-minute match to script the biggest win of his still evolving career. We're in India and the city known for its artistic and cultural expression, Lucknow. It has just hosted the 5th edition of the Indian Grand Prix Gold. Home country favourite Saina Nehwal prevented a clean sweep by China as she overcame compatriot PV Sindhu in the women's singles final. it was perhaps fitting that the undoubted star of Indian badminton should be the one to halt China's advance. But it was worth noting that 2 other India players made it all the way to the finals.
Badminton in India has made a rapid strides in the last 3 years, and at present domestically we are considered as one of the top sports in India, which status we got recently as per our government is concerned and others. So even the viewership has gone up very high in India for last 1 year, and I'm sure that and internationally also now we are taken respected and our players have been doing well. So I believe that we have achieved some status in the world badminton.
Badminton has always been popular in India. In fact, it is the second most participated sport in the country behind the all-present cricket. But the challenge for the governors of the game, the Badminton Association of India, is how to make it a strong, financially stable and professional sport. This is a big year for India in terms of that development. Apart from the completed Indian Grand Prix Gold, the country will continue to host the India Open Super Series, followed by the popular team tournaments Uber and Thomas Cup.
These events definitely develop the morale of the players, Indian players. So now this JP Gold, in March last we will be having this kind of tournament, Indian Super Series, then Uber Cup, Thomas Cup, all in continuity in India. This kind of tournaments, they really give a lot of weightage and a lot of encouragement to the players, because they feel that now we are capable enough to do any kind of world level tournaments.
The players certainly have a big role to play for the sport to capture the public's imagination. In the past, there were shuttlers such as Prakash Padukone and Pullela Gopichand. Now, the likes of Nehwal and Sindhu are beginning to make their mark. But the BAI is keen to dig deeper as they seek to build strong foundations for sustainable growth.
Now we have more players, more facilities, more infrastructure, and more environment friendly for our players. And there is a lot of things are being done in the field of training, coaching, competitions.
You see, last year when I was nothing, they helped me. They have sent me few to the international tournaments, which gave me a lot of experience and confidence. So last year I've almost played 12 tournaments. Outside India I played almost like 10 tournaments, which BI sent me. So they're really helping me.
There are also signs that their work with the youth is beginning to reap rewards. 17-year-old Aditya Joshi has become the first Indian player to reach #1 in the youth ranks. The association is keen to continue to look ahead.
We are searching the talent right from the age of 10 plus 11, 12. So these players are being kept in the academies. We coach them, we train them, we take care of their education, their fooding, everything. If they are talented, we pick them.
Whilst the BAI continues to develop its own national academies, the truth at the moment is that the majority of top players come from the private organisations. High-profile academies, such as ones run by ex-players Gopichand and Padukone, have a valuable role to play in badminton's progress.
We do have private academies and we do require them, because that is the one where they get a concentration. For example, our education system with the training and camps and all training cannot afford to be away. So the academies are helping us to cater for those kind of players who can come, train and go back home.
An innovation that has helped the sport raise its profile in the country has been the debut of the Indian Badminton League, a club team tournament loosely based on the hugely popular cricket IPL. Teams representing 6 cities across the country bid for a number of international star players to bolster their local roster. The tournament is played over a 3-week period and has created a buzz in India. But when the idea was first mooted, it was met with a lot of resistance.
Indian Badminton League, of course, it was a great success. But at the same time, it was at a conceptual level, people were not very optimistic what will happen. Even in BAI also, in my organization, there were a lot of people who were saying that it will not be successful. I said, no, we can do it. And then finally we did it, and the first IBL, it has changed the entire badminton scenario in the country.
Very good, first time something different. Really enjoyed myself. it's totally different from we playing the professional matches. It's kind of little fun and also the matches. So it's also good for all the players. We travel for 3 weeks, we play for 3 weeks, so there's also some fun and some good matches.
India has a rich history of sport. It is blessed with a large population with a seemingly endless reservoir of talent. And with the BAI working hard to use these advantages, it's only a matter of time before the nation becomes the next go-to place for badminton excellence. Time for the rankings. This week we look at the mixed doubles. There have been some changes since the last tournament, but not at the very top. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei continue to stand tallest at the summit, while Indonesia's pairing, Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir, remain at 2. Xu Chen and Ma Jin reclaim 3rd from Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. The Adcocks are in 5th. Indonesia pairing of Pravin Jordan and Vita Marissa drop a massive 3 places to round up the top 10. Don't forget the BWF rankings are updated every Thursday, so log on to www.bwfbadminton.org for the latest information. When we get back, we're in Thailand to report on one of the most successful clubs in the country. Welcome back. Let's look at some of our best plays from the tournaments played so far in our top 5.
Yeah, that's good play. Excellent play.
Even Chen Long gives a little thumbs up to his opponent. Lee Chong-wei somehow chopped underneath this shuttle and counteracted the spin. Yeah, well done, mate.
Oh, really played. That was very well played by Kim Hwa. It's difficult to play that one there. Play it back to the net. That's what he's doing there. That is a difficult shot. Well played.
Unbelievable. Lee Chong-wei leapt from the base position in the centre of the court. Out to the side, he was at full stretch and still managed a cross-court winning smash. That is just unbelievable. You won't see better athletic ability than that. Phenomenal.
Thai badminton has been on the rise in the last 5 years, with many of its young starlets beginning to come into their own in the international arena. The key to this growth is the hard work put in by the country's local clubs. These private clubs are the backbone of the National Association's reboot of badminton in the country.
We are very proud to be part of Thailand's badminton development. Personally, I would like to see further progress and more international achievements from here on out.
Strengthening the domestic alliance is crucial. It allows the national selectors to tap the best and brightest available from the grassroots. And leading this nationwide effort is a school whose contributions span from the early 90s and is unrivaled in its commitment to the national cause. Welcome to the Bangtoyod Badminton School.
What makes us different from the other badminton academies and clubs is that it started from my family's passion for the sport. My 2 brothers and I also play and love playing the game.
Located away from Bangkok's city centre, the school is owned and run by Kanitsara's family. First formed in 1992, Bangtoyod Badminton Club, as it was known then, was a small operation with little resources.
When we first started out, our training facilities and methods were not as systematic and organized as it is now. due to our limited financial resources back then.
Using rented courts, Thai coaches were hired on a part-time basis. By then, more local kids had already signed up as word about the club got around quickly. Hiring a full-time coach followed, but to meet the rising demand, a permanent facility was needed.
We were looking for a place to build a badminton school. But since we realized that Thailand doesn't have a school that devotes itself to teaching the sport, we decided to start one with 18 badminton courts.
With a vision to produce world-class shuttlers, it is now home to over 300 players across all youth age groups. One of them is teenage reigning world champion Ratchanok Mei Intanon.
Nong Mai is a shining example of a trainee from Badminton Yacht School. Her mannerisms and behavior throughout demonstrate our values as a school in the most complete manner.
While intake is open to all, the school focuses on players who show promise and are committed to success. This is especially important for Thai selectors, as it helps them to identify only the best.
When we see that a player has potential, we will then talk to the parents and decide whether they want their child to progress further into the sport. Only with their approval, the school will then work together with them to formulate a program suitable for the player's development.
The school's rapid progress has attracted various sponsors as companies want to share in the success of badminton.
It gives us a lot more budget to develop players. We are able to incorporate sports science into training as we realize its significant contribution to an athlete's improved performance. We hired a sports science professional and physiotherapists to help us, as well as Vichevech Hospital to treat injured players.
While training programs are well organized and systematic, a core strength of the school is to be able to tailor to the player's needs accordingly. Understanding the uniqueness of each player can be vital.
We try to observe players as carefully as we can because different players have different playing styles and habits. We cannot teach them all in the same way. As coaches here, we try to maintain a good relationship with each player and learn as much as we can about them in order to train in the most suitable way.
This is especially crucial with the standard of competition greater than ever. In the last 5 years, the number of local tournaments has jumped from a mere 5 to between 20 and 30 annually. This competition schedule, while hectic, also means a constant run for aspiring shuttlers to hone their court skills. A good thing for Thai badminton, and as for the school, it plans to stay ahead and on course.
We will try to achieve much more and strive to aim in becoming a true professional and world-class setup like Manchester United Football Club or basketball's New York Knicks. We want to be able to create as many Ratchanoks as possible. That's our aim here at Badminton Yacht Badminton School.
From humble beginnings to a giant in the country, Badminton Yacht Badminton School looks set to remain as the national barometer in nurturing young Thai talent. Let's see what's happening in the world of international badminton in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we catch up with Malaysia's legendary shuttler Yap Kim Hock as he hones the skills of the next generation. And we're in Korea to investigate their development program. See you next week.